Hey, everybody, I got a confidential memo from Donald Trump to my email. It was just sent to me, everybody. Oh man, this is what Donald Trump is sending his supporters. I subscribe to the listserv, so you don't have to. It says, Ben, keep this confidential. Here's a confidential memo for top Trump advisors. Ben, you are a huge part of my debate preparation strategy. Well, that's pretty sad if I am. While Crooked Joe listens to career politicians like himself, not quite sure what that means, I'm only taking advice from the patriotic people that really matter. Patriotic Americans like you. Me? Like me? You're taking debate prep from me? I need to speak to you, Ben, one-on-one before I step on stage in just 48 hours. Will you respond and take a few minutes to respond to Trump? My team has identified you. Me, Ben? I've been identified as the top MAGA patriot in my area, putting me in the top 1% of all Trump supporters. Wow. Obviously, I want to speak with you, Ben, but you're running out of time to make your voice heard. I can only read responses submitted to me in the next 48 hours. So please, before my debate, give me your advice for beating Biden. Thank you. Okay, here's my advice. I think you just got to go up there and be yourself. I think you do the Hannibal Lecter story. I think you talk about the sharks and being electrocuted. Maybe throw in how you sing songs with the January 6th choir and you've replaced the national anthem. You can talk about how you now have your name across the American flag and you sell Trump flag. Oh, I got a good one. Why don't you talk about how you love to curse in places of worship? That's what I think the American people are going to like that. Talk about the $8 to $9 trillion in debt that you added while you were in office, more than anyone in the history of the United States of America. It's a good thing to talk about. You call the January 6th insurrectionists hostages and you say you want to pardon the Proud Boys. I think you lean in that. Maybe you talk about your Al Capone story. I think you could talk about how you think Al Capone is the late great Al Capone. What other story? The Migrant Fight League. You bring up I think that if you want to appeal to independents and people yearning for normalcy in this country, I think you talk about what you told everybody over the weekend, how you want to start a migrant fight club for UFC fighters to fight the migrants you want to round up. I think that maybe you share that one. I'm trying to think if there's any other stories that you should share. You know how on your speeches you talk about taking off your shirt and showing your body, and you believe you have a better body. I think you can lean in there. You can chat about that. I think those are topics. Oh, definitely tell the American people how you make QAnon posts on almost a daily basis, the death cult, and you repost things like the storm is coming. Or you could tell the American, I got a great one for you, because you're asking for my advice. Because I am amongst the top 1% MAGA patriots in my area. I think you tell Americans how you post photos with Jesus on your shoulders. I think that's going to endear you to moderates and centrists and people looking for and tell them, just tell the American people, because I'm the 1% of MAGA patriots, according to you, and you want my advice. Tell them every single day what they can expect is dozens and dozens of all caps tweets and posts whining and complaining about anything every single day. You could tell them about how you stole nuclear records and how you believe they're your own personal property. That's my advice as being in the 1% of your supporters, according to you. Okay, now Donald Trump sends this as well. I wouldn't do this for anyone else. It says that I have a special place for Donald Trump. There's no debate, Donald Trump says. I love Ben. He says he loves me. So if you're a supporter on Donald Trump's listserv, you're getting message saying, I love your name. I love you. I love Ben, and I want the whole world to know it too. So I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm displaying your name live on my Trump debate ticker. Do you want your name on my live stream? It's because of Ben that MAGA Nation is stronger than ever before. It's because of Ben that we've survived witch hunt after witch hunt. Wow. Touched. Donald Trump then sends this one. Gag order just lifted. Breaking from Trump. My gag order was partially lifted just in time for my debate with Crooked Joe. Moments ago, the gag order imposed against me was partially lifted. I'm finally free to talk about the rigged trial that convicted me in New York. Most importantly, I'll be able to better defend myself against Crooked Joe Biden's unfair attacks in Thursday's debate. But parts of the gag order remain in place. Thursday's debate will be the most important debate in the history of our country, despite all gag orders that are tying my hand behind my back. It will be your support that gives us a resounding victory. But I need you before I step on stage. Before the debate begins, I'm asking for 1 million patriots to go on the record and endorse me. Through the raid, the trials, and the rigged conviction, you've always stood by my side. More energy, less abdominal fat, and better health without having to totally restrict your diet or lose lean muscle. Yep, it's a real thing. It's Prolon. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat. But Prolon isn't a diet. Prolon is a science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. And this all starts with Prolon's 5-day program, snacks, soups, and beverages, all designed to keep your body in a fasting state. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. I noticed a significant boost in my mental clarity and physical performance after completing Prolon's 5-day program. The convenience of having everything I needed in one box made it super easy to stay on track, and I had a lot of fun sharing my progress with my brothers. And I thought it was pretty easy to keep on track with the program. Right now, Prolon is offering the MeidasTouch podcast listeners like you 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/Meidas. That's PROLONLIFE.com/Meidas for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/Meidas. This one Donald Trump sent at 4:51 a.m. He goes, Ben, I've got a job for you. Here's an invitation from Trump. In the aftermath of my rigged conviction, I'm turning to trusted advisors like you for your guidance. Wow, I'm a trusted advisor. Your support is the only reason I'll be fully vindicated in November, because Ben, in all honesty, without your support, Biden would have taken me out a long time ago. So now that I've been unjustly labeled a felon by a corrupt court, I'm calling on you to join my official advisory board and help me end the witch hunts. Become a Trump advisory board member. Now, I'm opening up a few spots on the team. Only the strongest patriots are getting this invitation. Wow. So you're saying that I can join the advisory board. I mean, just think about all these ridiculously scammy posts, one after the other. Now, may I just, for a cleanse of this video, can I just show you what President Biden's posting so you can see like the difference? How about this one? Trump wants to terminate the Affordable Care Act. That would mean over 100 million Americans with pre-existing conditions would lose vital health care protections. We must stop him. Trump is the first president since Hoover who left office with fewer jobs than when he entered. 2 more days. Tune in on Thursday. He's ready for the debate, President Biden. Something Donald Trump will never understand. Trickle-down economics does not work. President Biden writes, I see the economy through the eyes of Scranton. I grew up knowing the middle class built this country, not Wall Street. Donald Trump sees the economy from Park Avenue. He embraces trickle-down policies that have failed working families. Here's a new ad that Biden released. Here's the difference. Donald Trump is only out for himself. I'm fighting for your family. Watch our new ad.
Donald Trump loves to attack Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Because he's focused on revenge, and he has no plan to help the middle class. He'd just give more tax cuts to the wealthy. Joe Biden is working every day to make your life more affordable. He capped the cost of insulin, lowered healthcare costs, and made big corporations pay their fair share. Here's the difference. Donald Trump is only out for himself. Joe Biden is fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
President Biden post, a vote for Trump is a vote for a national abortion ban. President Biden post, don't mess with the women of America, Donald. Donald Trump doesn't have a clue about the power of women. He's about to find out. Take a look at this too. How embarrassing is this? So Donald Trump's press secretary, campaign spokeswoman, Caroline Leavitt. So she's going on and saying the way Donald Trump is preparing for this debate, she says, is by giving interviews with very tough media. That's what she says. Listen to what she says. Here, play this clip.
What is Donald Trump doing to prepare?
President Trump is continuing with his very busy schedule. Over the past week, he has given hours-long speeches to crowds of thousands in 3 different cities. He's met with policy advisors to talk about the issues that matter to Americans. He's taken questions directly from Americans at a cheesesteak shop in Philly on Saturday afternoon. So he's continuing to engage in hostile media interviews with the press over the next couple of days, like he always does, hosting private meetings, raising money. He's continuing with the campaign because
in fact, Donald Trump is giving interviews with his own former top campaign advisor, Corey Lewandowski. And here's what Donald Trump is saying. Here, play this clip.
But we lose think of it, hundreds of thousands of people are dying at our border, coming through our border every year because of our border.
Well, folks, judge for yourself. Some odd messages that Donald Trump is sending. Real weird. I think Americans want normalcy. I think normalcy is bipartisan. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Enough! Send him to the big house, not the White House. Get the new exclusive tees, mugs, and stickers right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.